We got ice. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on our project that I kind of hinted at recently. We had built the chicken coop over the summertime and it needs to be properly roofed. It was roofed, but I don't like the material that's on it. It's not going to last that long, so I want to do something a little bit more permanent. So here at the property, as you guys know, our property was on the show Railroad, Alaska. And if you've ever seen any of the shows and seen Old Man Jim, you know he's a little out there, which is good because anybody out here in Alaska is a little out there, just how we are. Jim didn't throw anything away. I'm still finding things on the property that I didn't know was there. So one of the things I did find, and I'm going to repurpose, is barrels. I've got a bunch of old used diesel barrels here. Most of them have been cleaned out, some in good condition, some in not so good condition. So I'm going to pick through today and we're going to find some of the better ones. And we're going to cut the caps off and split them and make roofing material. All right, let's get this started. I'm going to get a couple of them up to the side by side and get them in the back. All right, I'm going to try to get a couple decent ones. I need to look inside to make sure there's no holes in them. Can't look in that one. But I want to stay away from dents like this here, because the one I experimented on, it made a mess trying to flatten it back out. So I want to find some that do not have dents in them. I see no light in that one. All right, guys, I did not film bringing all of them out. I brought a total of a dozen out. All right, so we've got 5 up here. I've already got one cut. That'll give us half of what we need to do. So let me get them loaded up here. At least 2 of them, maybe. All right, we're not going far, so we'll be right back. Still with me? All right, so normally what I've been doing is I drill a hole right here, then one at the peak of each of the ribs and then on the other end. So let's get this started. I got to do it on the seam, so. Let's find our seam. All right, so I left this one in here so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. The rest of them, we're going to put in hyperdrive and let it get it done quick. All right, let's get back to the video. Weird. All right, so how are we going to do this? We're going to use an air nibbler. This is an 18 gauge air nibbler. It does work on these. It's almost a little too small, but it does work. So let me get the generator started, get this thing plugged in, get the compressor on, and let's cut up some barrels, make some roofing material. Alright, so they weren't really that hard to do. The hardest part is when you're going up and down the barrel where the seam is. As you see, I'm starting right here. Those ribs make it really hard to get the blade through, and it's not much clearance, so it took me a little finessing. I did get the first one, and then I changed how I did it after that, and it seemed to go a lot smoother. I was able to get it down to where I'd be able to do one in about 5 minutes. I think this one took me probably about maybe 10 minutes to do, so I cut my time in half. Alright, so that's that. Let's take it outside and flatten it out. And for those that are curious, now, I didn't cut myself once during this whole cut-up process and installing it onto the roof. Came close, but no blood was drawn. Oh yeah, and the area I'm working in was also where the chickens were originally. But now that they're out of there and they're in the actual Chic Inn Coop, I have the space to work in, which makes me really happy. Well, as you can see, it flattened it out fairly well, and as I screw it down, it'll get even flatter. There is a little residue in there, probably from the oil from 10 years ago. I will be cleaning out any oil residue, stuff like that, and I don't want to affect the chickens or the building. But diesel fuel generally. All right, let me show you something here. For those that don't know, when these are cut and stretched, they're almost 6 foot by like 32 inches. So you got a nice piece of roofing material there. And it didn't really cost me anything except for buying the air nibbler, a little bit of gasoline for the generator, and some screws. Anyways, let's get these done. I cut one up last night, now I can't find it. Go figure, right? All right, let's get these guys flattened up. All right, so I'm gonna go change batteries up for this thing dies. It shouldn't overheat today because it's about 35 degrees. So let me shut y'all down, change the battery, and we'll get back to work, put this first row on the roof. here. Watch out for the pointies. So that loud bang you heard a few moments ago was me taking off on the side-by-side and not putting any downward pressure onto the barrels that were in the back, and they came crashing down. Oops. I make mistakes. We all do. Honey, where'd you go? Just go on the outside over here and make sure that I'm overhanging the roof line.
Okay. Yes. It looks like it's pretty darn close to it.
Well, that is the new roof for the chicken coop. Not the prettiest thing in the world. I forgot I had to cut down that overhang. When I built it, it was way too much. It's like 2 foot over. So it's going to get cut down over there at the edge of the barrels. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but the plan is for next summer to hit it all with a wire wheel and then put another coat of paint on it, make it look more uniform. Well, let's go down below and I'll show you what I did on the outside to give it eaves, or soffit I guess you call it. I'm down a little bit more, but as you can see, I just hung them over and bent them over, and that'll keep snow from blowing into the ventilation for the girls. And you see where I've got to cut it off over here too. I made way too long of an overhang, and I'm also going to take another barrel and kind of bend it and slide it onto there. Alright, so that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. This photo was taken along one of the roadways in Charlotte County down in Florida. It's probably about a 5-6 foot gator. And yeah, I was pretty close to him. I tend to get a little close to him when I'm doing the photography work. At that time that I took this photo, I think the best lens I had was a 70-200 L series from my Canon. Now don't forget, we have our lives every Monday night from 4 to 5:45, and at 5:45, Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord come on. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Y'all have a great day.